I think there's no doubt that the league is improving each year. I think obviously if you look at last year's league, for example, there was a little gap between some of the teams, whereas this year everyone has shown that on their day they can win games, and hence there has been a lot of close games, a lot of draws. But I think now when you come to the business end of the season, it's important that the mentality going into games is to go and achieve those wins, and that's what certainly we were looking to try to do against a tough game against Odisha, who themselves have drawn the last couple of games against good opponents. But we know with the group of players we have, they're a terrific bunch of lads, hard working every day, they have quality. We have to make sure we bring that, and if we do, then we're capable of winning the game. Yeah, I think Odisha have some very good players, there's no doubt about that, and they've certainly shown, you know, when you look at the forward players, they're capable of scoring goals, and obviously Taylor and Trav at the back are experienced players that played at a very high level. So, and again, they have some very talented young Indian players in their squad as well. So there's no doubt they're a well balanced side. We have to make sure that we are very respectful of them, as we are, try and nullify their threat. But for us, it's looking to get on that ball, being very offensive, looking to get forward, getting more people in the box and looking to score those goals. Coming off the back of obviously two clean sheets, then you want to make sure that you're scoring goals to go with those clean sheets. If you do that, of course, it provides you with the 3 points. Yeah, it was very important. Listen, there's no getting away from it. We had a very disappointing week prior to that when we lost some games that we felt we probably shouldn't have, but we did. So we had to, as I say, you know, get back to getting those clean sheets. The lads have worked very hard, every one of them. It's not just about a goalkeeper in the defence, it's a collective unit. It's the same when you're going forward. You do that from a basis of having a strong defence. So so what we have to do is make sure we're still, you know, very tight at the back, but equally we carry a real goal scoring threat going forward. If you do that, of course, that can turn those draws into wins, and at this stage of the season I think we're all aware that's what everybody needs. There's a group of teams that are looking to get those elusive 3 points. Fair play to North East that went and achieved that the last few games, and that shows you that when you get those wins it carries you up the table. So that's what we have to do. Yeah, it's great. Obviously the skipper Brides, you know, brings great defensive capabilities. He's also a leader and an organiser, and you know, so it'll be great obviously to welcome him back. You're right, Nick Fitzgerald, who's been out injured all season, has certainly added something to the group, and you know, the important thing is getting the recovery, because again, moving into our last game I think with 2 days recovery, so these boys have been a credit to themselves. Obviously it's telling as well, it can be challenging within the bubble, but you know, we have a group of characters, and it's not necessarily just about the ones that take the field. There's players that have not maybe had as many minutes as others, and maybe they've been deserving of those minutes, but they still bring so much to the group, and that's a testimony to team spirit, that you have those guys that are ultra professionals. They're there for their teammates, and we have a number of those boys that have been an absolute credit to themselves. Yeah, as we did, you know, it's like anything else, you know, when it comes to, I always say, the business end of the season, which it is, you know, and everybody wants to be in those top 4 slots. There's 6, 7, 8 teams probably vying to get there. The way, for as far as I'm concerned, the mentality of our approach is to go and try and win those games, and you'll look to, as I say, make the difference from 1 point to 3 points. And if you do and you arrive with momentum, you know, we certainly showed that last year, that you can win game after game, as North East have done at the moment, then that carries you into those positions, and that's what we have to do. We have 6 massive games ahead of us, and obviously taking 1 game at a time, but starting with Odisha, we want to try and win that game, as they will do as well. So I think it will make for an exciting game. I think it will be 2 teams going all out to win the match, and that should provide a very good game. Well, it's like anything else, it's a challenge, because obviously ideally you'd love to be you know, where the team's already in those positions, because they have obviously a fallback in respect of if they miss a game, in terms of they don't win, they've still attained so many points at the moment. What we have to do is just focus on what we can do ourselves. Jamshedpur as a club have never been in the playoffs, so of course we want to strive to get there, and that's what we'll do. We'll be very positive in our trying to go to win those games. We have players, as we've shown, capable of creating chances, capable of scoring goals, and that's what we'll do. We'll play in the front foot and try to be aggressive in our approach and trying to win those games.